from the Big Apple, Jr.
How you guys doing? Star Connection, episode 9. We're back, baby. It's going to be a great episode. I'm with my trusty sidekick, the best boxing trainer in the business, my father, Run DMC, the Heat, Gary Stark Sr. What's up, G?
How's everybody doing today? And we're skipping the subject today, and we're getting into some baseball talk, a real game.
On my left-hand side is Frankie Rodriguez, my childhood idol. I used to remember playing youth service and watching him when he was 15, 16, 17 years old. And he is the man. He played for Seattle. He played for Minnesota Twins. He's my first childhood idol. Frankie Rodriguez, what's up, baby?
What's going on, G? Good to be here, brother.
Yo, he beat the shit out of Joe Girardi, G.
That's all I'm known for, right? I didn't make it out the projects, but I beat up Girardi. That's all I'm known for, right?
Yeah, he made it out the projects, G, but then he fucked up Joe Girardi.
That kid, you gotta give him credit for playing in parade grounds too.
Yeah.
That was like a golf course.
Yeah. So Frankie was my. I used to remember watching him and Manny Ramirez. Who was on your squad?
My God, Jose Flores, Joe Oliva, Freddie Smith, Danny Venezia, Anthony Leone, Trovan Valdez. Like, we had 8 guys that were drafted on that team, man.
Wow. This is just
If I had money, I would have took that whole team.
Mel Zitter. So I was probably 12 years old. Probably. How old were you when you played for Mel?
I came over at 13, from 13 to 17.
Watching these guys play, you're like, wow, I'm never gonna make major leagues.
Yo, we used to stand on the outside of the fence just watching them, right?
Yeah,
just watching them play baseball.
And
wow,
usually
these guys are good, man.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, we had to play a game, and next thing you know, I used to run the sidelines with Keith. Remember Keith?
He used to have him put the bat and run up and down when they made a mistake while during the game. They kept running back and forth.
Yeah, and now Frankie too. He's going to be an author of his first book of all of his stories of Major League Baseball, right?
Yeah. I'm sort of building it from the ground up right now, and just putting pencil ideas to pencil to paper, and just thinking all those good moments that one day. So the whole purpose of this book is for that 1, 5, 6, 10 kids that were in that same position I was, single family home. Mom did everything. Like, I was outside till mom came home, taking care of myself, basically raising myself, and just being able to put that light on that story, so somebody could read it or buy the ebook on it, or however it might come out, and just be like, yo, I'm in the same situation, whether it could be basketball, football, any sport, but they know somebody went through it and made it.
And that's what the thing is. That's why this podcast is from. It's called the Star Connection, and it's all the friends that I made through baseball and boxing through the levels of stardom, I guess you could say, and from ex-baseball players to boxers to my good friends that are top hedge fund guys. And these are the guys that you want to hear their story. So I want Frankie, that's why I chose Frankie, because, listen, you don't really get a childhood idol, you know what I'm saying? And baseball was my number one passion. And I blame my father for not, being short and being just not
I did everything I could
and
to
just
make
not
this
an
kid
athletic
a
guy.
baseball
So
player.
stop.
I did everything I can. I bought him gloves, black for under the eyes.
Yo, G.
I bought him mouthpieces. I did cleats.
And we're gonna go back.
Nice cleats.
And we're gonna go back to my bad childhood experiences playing baseball. But first, I want to discuss. Tell us a little bit where you came from. Of course, Brooklyn, but father figure, what's going on?
So, my father passed away when I was 13. He was in and out of jail. Typical story.
Puerto Rican?
Puerto Rican. Trifecta, G, don't cry after I say this, because trifecta of life, bro. Died of AIDS, in jail, on Christmas.
Wow.
So, my life from there on out was, very strict. I really stood out the streets, man. Thank God I stood out the streets. And it was about getting my moms out the projects. Then my moms made too much money to live in the projects, so we had to go live with my uncle, aunts, grandma, and then
Where
we
in
got our own
Brooklyn?
place. Lee Avenue, Wilson, over there by Taylor White Projects, close to Roberto Clemente Projects.
Okay.
What
Sort
was
of
that? But like
Kent Avenue.
Bushwick? No.
That's
like
the other. It's the
Williamsburg,
other side. The other side, Williamsburg.
But this was Williamsburg before the gentrification, right?
Yeah,
Oh my
man.
God.
Like,
That's
yeah,
tough.
I was fortunate. I was very fortunate. The projects I grew up with, there was Jewish people in the projects, so there was dual.
What made you get into baseball? Like, how did you, as a little kid, how did you get, like, I want to be a baseball player?
Well, I mean, it's in the Lindsay Park, right? My grandmother was the president of the league because nobody else wanted to take it over. My uncle played baseball, so I kind of like went under his wing. And for me, it was just a sport that I felt like that's my thing. I'm a little bit better than everybody else in that sport. Humbly, I'm a little bit better than everybody else in that sport, and that's why I was just like, let me see how far this can go. And then it just became when after my father passed away, and it was just like my determination to get my moms out the projects. So now it was just like home, run the stairs. I used to live on the 15th floor of the projects. Go upstairs on the elevator, drop my books off, up and down 5 times, and then go outside and throw to a wall with a box, working on my pitching.
And you were the only child too?
Only child, bro. Only child.
Yeah,
I'm blessed.
wow.
Man.
Yeah, thank you.
So what high school did you go to?
I went to Eastern District High School, which is now a Grand Street campus. Most people know Dylan Batanzas coming out of there. And just stood off the streets, man. Stood off the streets, played baseball with youth service, and we played against some of the top prospects, competition in the
Did you make
country.
All City also too?
I was fortunate enough to make All City.
Every
Freddie
year?
Smith. 2 years. I got to play 2 years of high school.
Oh, why? What happened to the other?
Because I went to junior high school for the 9th grade. So right immediately I was coming into the 10th grade.
Were you in resource room? I was in resource room.
I was in 126. I went to junior high school 126. What junior high school you went to?
I went
long
to
story.
Dittmas.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
a gym.
I went to Erasmus. So right from we
went to
right
Dittmas
into
Junior
the-
High School?
Yeah, I went to Dittmas.
That's
Junior.
actually
Yeah.
the youth service gym. You know that, right?
Matter of fact, we lived right across the street.
Straight from Dittmas.
We lived on East
Right up the
8th and
block.
Avenue C.
Oh, okay. So I was fortunate enough to get drafted by the Red Sox out of high school. Here's my come to God moment, like come to Jesus moment, like people say. Like I got drafted by the Red Sox. So in my time, like when the team drafted you, you were their property for the whole year until like the hour of the next year's draft, right? So
Now, this is in high school, right?
this is in high school, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
I
How
What
old
were
you
you,
got-
what were you like 16?
17.
Wow, so they
Yeah.
draft. Wow, I never even heard of that.
Yeah.
So and Julio, right? Julio was on your team also on youth service, right?
Julio was 2 years younger than us,
Oh,
but
right.
sometimes would play up. Like
Oh,
Mike
right.
Rodriguez, too. Like they were a little bit younger, but sometimes they would play up with us.
And you got drafted way before than Julio did, right?
Right, yeah, a
Or-
couple years
all right,
before him.
All right, so
Right.
so you get the draft papers right from high school, and you walking around the high school like, yo, I got drafted by the Red Sox.
mean,
how's that work?
It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling. Don't get me wrong. I celebrated with family and friends, and then
Did they give you a signing bonus or no?
so hold on. So I didn't end up signing. So I was still their property, right? So the last night before they can, because I was going to college. So the last night on paper that they can make me an offer before I'm no longer like eligible to sign was a night before I went to college.
Was that allowed?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it
it was
wasn't
like
What college?
Howard Junior College is in Big Springs, Texas.
Oh, it wasn't like DeVry College or nothing.
No, not Monroe College either.
it wasn't
No, shout out to Monroe because I like kids from there too.
He got drafted by DeVry. He used to do hair and stuff like that.
How do y'all get anything done, bro? How do y'all get anything done?
That's why he wears his hat. All right, go ahead.
So check this out. So I'm on the phone with the Red Sox, and they're like, you should take this. They offered me $80,000. So I was their first pick, which their first pick money the last years before were getting $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. They offered me $80,000. They're like, listen, we know your situation. You're from the projects. Nobody in your family is ever gonna make this amount of money. You should do it for your family and really consider it.
Red
I was
Sox.
like, really for my family and nobody ever make this? Thank you, man. Got on the plane. Coach was like, hey, Frank, I'm glad to have you. I'm like, yo, coach, man, I love you. Thanks for having me. I need to know where the batting cage is and where the weight room is. As soon as I landed, and that was my motivation right there, bro. That phone call telling me nobody in my family will ever make that amount of money. You should take it. And I was just like, nah. And that's where I knew, like, that light bulb went off in my head, and my path was straight there, bro. Straight.
Wow, 80,000. That's it.
For their first
I hate
pick.
the Red Sox.
Their
But
first
what year
pick,
was that?
It was in 90.
80,000 is
No,
at
but
that
it's their
time,
first. But it was I was their first pick. So what happened was they had they made a trade. So if they didn't have a pick in the first round at all. So I was the first pick of the second round, but I was still their first pick.
Only 8,000.
Right, it's ridiculous. So like years before, the guys, their first picks, they were getting $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 to sign. And I went to junior college and I stood motivated. I was the junior college player of the year, which is the equivalent, a baseball equivalent of the Heisman Trophy. As a pitcher? The Dick Hauser. Both. It's a two-way guy. As a two-way guy, I hit 457 with 29 homers, 93 ribbies. Wow. I was like 15-1 with like a 1-something, led the nation in strikeouts. I don't know how the fuck I remember all those numbers. Sorry for cursing.
No, yeah. You were cursing.
Like, so I was like, all right, now y'all gonna come see me. Now you're gonna come pay me.
Let me ask you a question too. As a pitcher, right? As a pitcher, did it ruin your baseball career as a ball player? Like, for instance, Rudy. Rudy was such a great player, shortstop. He had a gun in center field. Mm-hmm. When they seen how his arm was, they put him in the pitcher. That was it. Now they were DHing him. They were this. It wasn't the same Rudy that we knew.
Right.
That he could have been a fantastic shortstop. Center fielder, he was crazy. I remember Milt Basin, he threw a ball from center field, dead home plate. He had to be like 14 years old.
He was a bad
right?
boy.
And now he goes, it goes to the minor leagues, they're just pitching him.
He gave me 1 year to play shortstop. I just think it was just kind of like a resting year not to pitch because ultimately they were going to turn me into a pitcher. But I got to say this, though. I sat down with my agent, the general manager, which was Dan Duquette at the time, and he was like, listen, you probably can make it in the big leagues in about 5 or 6 years as a shortstop. You can make it in 3 as a pitcher. I'm like, well, shit, then I'm a pitcher because my goal was to make it. I didn't care if it was going to be a shortstop or pitcher. God blessed me to play, 2 different positions and pretty well. So I'm like 3, 5 or 6. I'm taking 3, and I made it in 3.
And that was DH in you, right?
No, not even nothing. I just gave it up completely. I played 1 year short, but was like the fucking prospect of the league. Like I was like one of the all-stars of the league at shortstop.
But I'm saying,
I see. My son and I have this conversation all the time. Like, you remember a guy named Miguel Cairo?
Yeah,
he played for the Yankees.
Yeah,
he played 15 years, bro. He played over 15 years. Did he put up any numbers? No, he was known as a great utility guy. So I compare myself to that. I'm like, at minimum, I could have been that.
Like Andy Stankiewicz. Remember Andy Stankiewicz? Andy Stankiewicz, yo.
He was better than you.
Like, so you had these guys like Mike Benjamin, like guys like that, man. It was crazy. They stood around a long time. And I was like, so do I regret it? No, because I made it to the big leagues ultimately, which was my goal. I had to get my mom.
How about Randy Velarde? Remember Randy Velarde? He was better than Randy Velarde.
He was good. He was good.
There you go.
Yeah, but let me ask you that. When you played for, you played with Ken Griffey and all them, right?
Yeah, man.
Now, let me ask you something. Could you compare yourself to them players? Like you've seen their work ethics and all that. Like, not just being a pitcher. I'm just saying hitting and fielding wise. Could you stand up with them at that time?
Gee, you know me, I'm humble, right?
I mean,
no, wait, hold on.
No,
But I'm saying, I'm gonna respond to that. I feel like I should have been the first Shohei Ohtani. Like, I really should have. Like, that's how much I believed in my skill set.
Yeah.
And that's how much I've seen everybody in the minor leagues with me and before me. Like I no offense, bro. Like, you couldn't hold my jock when I was in high school. Like, these guys like that, and they play forever. So, am I happy with the decision that I made? Like, seeing guys last a long time. Like, damn, it sucks. But again, I reached my goal.
Who made that decision? Who made this? You know what? I think you should start pitching.
Well, I sat down with my mom. I sat down with my uncle, my agent, and they were like, listen, 3 years, like, this is on record. That, like, in 3 years, they're going to push to have you up there because I was their bonus baby. That's what they call those guys they gave a lot of money to. Bonus babies. You're a signing bonus. You give them a lot of money, you're a bonus baby. So they're not going to lie on to a bonus baby because bonus baby be like, oh, I did this interview like with the guy, and all I got to do is say, yeah, well, they promised me in 3 years I was going to be up there, and they didn't do it. So so in 3 years, I made it. My numbers matched and were better to make it up every level that they made me. So it wasn't like, oh, he's good, let's just move him. No, I earned it. I earned it 100%. So my family, we sat down. We spoke.
And you couldn't, and well, real quick, you couldn't switch, say
That's
like.
That's what I was just going to ask you.
Yo, man, you fucking, yo.
We on for about time, man.
Look,
We're on the same page.
That's kind of crazy. I fucking do this. So you couldn't switch, like, you know what? Who's that guy that played for the Cardinals? Who the guy that played for Rick and Kill?
Rick and Kill.
Yo, I'm such a baseball like connoisseur. You couldn't do that? Oh, you had A-Rod. A-Rod was coming up.
I just think like
Were you better than A-Rod?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now looking at
I don't
A-Rod.
know.
Wait, just say so you coming up, right? You coming up the ranks, and that's A-Rod is his rookie year, and you're in preseason. You're looking at it and you like, do you say like, damn, this is a bad motherfucker? Yo, this
No,
is bad.
definitely. Like,
Yeah. What was he doing that made
love
you?
him or hate him. Nobody worked harder than him.
Oh,
like
yeah?
typical saying, like first
Floridian,
one there, first one there, last one to leave. You know, like
yeah.
that. All of those sports cliches. He was that. He was that, no doubt. Like I could understand why he struck some people in the wrong way, but nobody worked harder than him. So, what was your moment where you were like, "Damn, I could do this boxing"?
Boxing is a poor man's sport. You know, if I didn't have him,
never home,
if I
huh?
didn't have him on my ass, I would never do anything that I was. That he gave me that work hard mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all from him, because he living his dreams through me.
Let me tell you.
You know what I'm saying? His father wasn't. His grandpa, God bless him, he wasn't there.
Let me tell you something. I wanted him to be a baseball player. Like, I love baseball.
But
was
it's
my
your
first-
fault, though. It's your fault.
Yo, please,
Fucking
please,
small
please.
ass
I wanted him to be a baseball player. I did everything I could for him to be a baseball player. He just physically, he didn't have the arm, but God didn't give him the gift. Well, anyway.
God gave him the gift. God gave
Now,
you the-
yo, relax. So now, I was boxing at that time. I was boxing, right? So I used to take him to the gym. He was a little kid. He was like 2 years old, 3 years old. I couldn't have a babysitter. He was with me in the gym all the time. Then when he got like 5, 6 years old, then I started training him. Then I started picking him up like, yo, kid, throw jabs. Yeah. But I was rough on him. The 8, 9, I wanted him to keep fighting. 9 years old, I guess I was real rough on him that he didn't want to box no more. But, when I look at the tapes now, I was kind of rough on him, Like, Dad, I don't want to box no more. I said, what do you mean you don't want to box no more? So I go, all right, we'll just play baseball then. We'll just play baseball. Then he started playing, youth service and going to high school and all that. Now, he played, I think they played LIU. He said he said he got on the field at like 3 o'clock. He didn't get off till like 8. He said they stood on the field till like 8 o'clock, right? LIU. And that's when he said, like, you know what? No more baseball for me. So now he's coming back to me, right? He's like 17, 16, going on 17. And I'm watching all the fights. I'm watching everything. He never watched boxing. All of a sudden, he's sitting next to me now watching the fights. Yo, Dad, training. He just took off. He just like, from all them years, like when he was 9, he knew, he seen punches coming at him. Stuff that you can't teach that. He just took off, playing in the ring. Most fighters are nervous. This guy's playing, even in his pro fights, he's playing around.
Yeah.
And it's hard. It's hard. In boxing, you gotta have fun. You know what I'm saying? If you don't, if it's nervousness, you're gonna fight fight two battles. Yourself and the sport. You know what I'm saying?
So with my father, right? Just say my father, right? My grandfather was, like I said, my grandfather wasn't there with him. So he learned baseball, learned how to play baseball, and he learned how to box on his own, right? So I don't even really remember how'd you start boxing, or how that.
You weren't
became.
around then.
All right. So, but I get blamed for him not turning pro because he had me. So it's my fault.
It was your fault.
All right.
It was your fault.
All right.
It was.
So next thing you know it.
Why? Why did I?
So next thing you know it, like fucking guy. So
you ruined my life in boxing, kid.
And basically, he says that when he used to fight in the commissioners tournament, whatever, when he used to
Spanish
come
gloves,
back,
golden gloves.
Look, my father used to go like this. We used to be walking down. And I'm like, yo, what the? I'm small. I was like, yo, what the fuck is the grandpa? What the fuck is dad doing?
This is not true.
You're spinning around. And I'm like, yo, I can't. I don't. What's dad doing?
Walking around with a mouthpiece.
Yeah, walk around with and this is where my mother and my father were still together. That was a shit show. But my father used to walk around, and I'm like, yo, I don't never want to box ever. So my father used to yell at me all the time. But
funny.
He's like, come to the gym. I'll never forget it. I told my mother that I never wanted to box. And my mom goes, leave him alone. He don't wanna fight. And my father goes, yo, and he just left. I don't remember what he said, like he's a little bitch or something like that. I don't know if he said that, but I'm assuming he did say that. Yo, fuck, and just slammed the door, right? This is when we living in Brooklyn. So he used to come back.
Kid, I don't remember none of this.
Yeah.
So
So next thing you know it, when I was playing baseball, my father is just as hard as me playing baseball than I'm in boxing.
Yeah.
So like he was telling you the story before, and I told him to save it from here. He used to hit me ground balls, right, with the fungal bat in the pitcher's mound, shortstop. Should I make an error? Yo, what the you ain't charging the ball. Yo, take your glove off. And he used to make me take my glove off and field it barehanded, right?
And then put the glove back on. So it was
dude, for like confidence. Get out of here.
How about we used to go to Townville? I used to pick a bucket of balls and throw balls at
and
you.
parade grounds, I'll never forget it. Parade grounds. It had to be like 115 degrees. Oof. It's in the small. It's in the back. It's by like Cayenne, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yo, hit me a ground ball.
But he didn't tell you I bought a fan, and so right on him. So like he had everything. Had a big fan on him. So he cooled off.
DMC, can I speak? DMC, can I speak?
I had everything on you.
So next thing you know, he hit me a drum ball with the funk. Boom. This is my first time I ever been knocked out. It wasn't from boxing. You went boom, knocked out. Yo, knocked out. I remember.
You weren't knocked out.
Yo, like this, like this. Right.
Some lady was walking a dog and said, I said, get up off the floor. Right, the lady's going, damn, you're a mean father. I said, yo.
My father ran. He goes, yo, put the water, yo,
get up.
Kid,
stop crying.
Right? Kid, you right? I'm like, yeah, G. He goes, all right, yo, take off your gloves. Take off your gloves. Yo, you fucking me. And that was the thing. But the difference was, he used to scream at me like that, but then I used to go home and call my boy Chris, and we used to play stickball in the park. Boxing, I can't say, hey guys, want to box in the street? No, I never wanted to do it. So, every time with baseball, so it used to make me so nervous. So how about this? I'm not sure if you remember Coach Purchase. He coached Kingsborough. We played Kingsborough. Matter of fact, I played with Steve.
Purchase, Bob Purchase?
Yes.
He's the commissioner of baseball, of high school baseball.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, get out of here.
So he was
For a long time.
So he was our head coach in Kingsborough. We won the CUNY that year. We had your teammate's brother, Steve Halama. You played with
John Halama.
Yeah, right? So next thing you know it, he came to one game. He don't remember it. He's punchy. So he came to one game, I made like 2 errors. I struck out twice. The whole goes, yo, kid, you fucking embarrassed me. Yo, I come all the way from fucking corrections to what, yo, you fucking suck, man. And I'm like this, and it used to make me nervous. So the next day, Coach Perkins goes, kid, I want you to come downstairs. I want to speak to you. He goes, I say, yeah, what's up, Coach? He goes, can you explain what happened yesterday? I'm like, no, I can't. He goes, I can explain it. I'm like, what? He goes, your father came to the game, and he goes, if you ever want to play baseball with me, you gotta tell your father don't come to no more games.
I was banned.
Right? So he goes, I swear to my kids, he goes,
they had a sign outside,
he goes like this.
Don't let me in.
He goes, you gotta tell your father don't come to more games. I said, Coach, I can't tell him that. He pays my tuition. He goes, well, if I see him in the audience or I see him in the stands, you're not gonna play. Just like this guy, how you go with the team to, band practice, stuff like that. Before the game.
Yeah.
He made me go before the kids, and he was handing me ground balls before my team was even playing.
Oh,
Yo, you can do it. Yo, you can do it. You coach.
Wait.
Let me speak, and then you speak.
Yo,
don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yo, kid, I'm your fuck. He's handing me ground balls.
Yo, Frank, they wanted to make me coach at Gil Hodges because of that.
And next thing you know,
I was hitting the whole team. I had the whole team doing.
Next thing
you want to coach Gil Hodges?
Yo,
I'm like, yeah, coach.
I heard this. Yo, where's Kid at? I think he's at the field. What do you mean he's at the field? We'll all go together. No, his father's hitting him ground balls. So next thing you know it.
He's so exaggerated.
The worst game I played. So coach goes, if I see him, I said, Coach, he paid for my tuition. He goes, all right. He's going to still pay his tuition, but you're going to sit on the bench. So make sure, all right. So I take 2 buses and 2 trains back home from Kingsborough Community College. And the whole thing, I'm like, damn, how can I tell my father to don't come to more games? I'm like really like thinking about it, right? So I go.
Kid, come on, kid.
So I go home.
Kid,
and then mind you,
this is a comedy act.
No, it's not.
I don't remember this
right.
at all.
And he goes like this because he had a whistle. So
I had a what?
A whistle. I heard it like a dog. Like he could have been in like Nebraska, and he goes. I'm like this, right? So I hear because he's super CO. I hear he comes in. I hear the lock. I'm like, damn, fucking pop. So I'm upstairs. He goes, I'm like, oh shit. So I come downstairs. I say, yo, what? G? He goes, yo, kid, come downstairs. So I'm like, down. He goes, yo, you fucking sucked. You embarrassed me yesterday. Yo, go upstairs. And I'm like, you know what, G? You know what Coach Purchase said? Coach Purchase said, you can't come to no more games. He goes, you know what? The way you played, I'll never want to go to no fucking games. But this way he is. That last game we went to, I had the best year I've ever had in my life. I had a partnership contract to go Western Connecticut with Coach Ryan. You remember Coach Ryan? Yeah. Yo, everything. Yo, I batted like 356. Yo, but my father he goes like this. He goes, yo, kid. I used to call up the Manhattan courts. I said, yo, can I speak to Officer Stark? Yo, hold on. Yo, what up, G? What up, kid? Yo, how'd you do today? I said, yo, my man. But he was happy. He was happy for me.
Yeah.
In the corrections. But as soon as you know what I'm saying? But that's my father. Mm-hmm. You didn't have that. God bless. So that's why you made me the league. That's why you
That's why.
No. But did your mom hit you ground balls?
No, but I played paddleball, handball.
Come on, kid. Stop exaggerating.
He out there be playing pickleball yesterday.
Listen, how about when you got cut from Tonville, kid?
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah.
You came crying home. Yo, Dad, that's all I got
love
is baseball. I swear to God.
I love it.
He came crying like a little girl.
But listen, but he made me so nervous. It wasn't like boxing.
Get out of here.
Boxing,
man. I did everything for you for baseball. I hit him balls.
Yo, I used to have all
I didn't even go to work
gloves.
doing everything for this guy.
But you made me nervous.
Even my yard had a baseball field. I put a baseball for like the Field of Dreams in the back for this guy. He still didn't make it. Had the best cleats.
When you hit the ball and the twinkle, when they twinkle. You hit that fucking cage. You hit the tee. Yo,
Frank, how much can I do? I put gum in his gloves. I put gum so the balls would stick.
All right, so it's not about us. It's about Frankie. It's not about us.
You didn't make it because you didn't make it.
Because I'm small, I'm short, and it's your fault. And you wear that fucking hat on. So let me ask you right now. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Back to baseball.
Back to the game.
So that's the child abuse. What he did to me. So when I was boxing, I used to think about all my opponents as my father. So, yo.
All right. Whatever worked.
Yo. So, but let me ask you, like, going to the minor leagues, right? So how many years you stayed in the minors?
So I played 1 as a shortstop, 3 as a pitcher, so 4, and then I made it up. Then I went through like a 6-year period, and then I went on the Phantom DL. What that is like...
Wow, you spent 6 years in the minors?
No, 4.
Oh,
4,
wow.
and then I played 6 in the big leagues, and then I went on the Phantom DL was when they need to make room for somebody, and they tell you, yo, when you do your interviews today, you tell them you're injured. Your back is injured. You're gonna go down. You're gonna go down to AAA. Still making big league money though.
And that was
frustrated?
At that? No, I was still making big league money.
Yeah, but I mean, you wanted to be on the big leagues, right?
So there's dreams, right? There's
and that's
make it to the highest level.
That's Boston's farm system, or now you're in Minnesota farm system.
That was Seattle when I got sent down.
All right,
the Phantom deal.
All right, and were you in the minor leagues with Griffey or no?
No, I was in the big leagues with Griffey.
All right.
How'd you go from Boston to Seattle?
So that year there was a strike in '95, so they expanded the roster by 1 to a certain time period of the year, and then so I made the big leagues out of camp, right? And then that date came where they had to cut the roster from 26 to 25. So I'm in Minnesota. This is a crazy story. I'm in Minnesota with the Red Sox, and I'm pitching. I'm in the bullpen, and Kirby Puckett is like, "Yo, Frank, what's up?" I was like, "Oh shit, it's Kirby Puckett." Kirby Puckett saying what's up to me, like, "Oh, what's up, Puck? How you doing?" "Yo, Frank, what number you like?" I'm like, "What number I like? I'm wearing 31 with the Red Sox."
Now you didn't know him at all.
No, I didn't know him at all. He had inside information. And then next inning he comes out, he goes, "Yo, I'm gonna put you in the locker right next to mine. Watch." I'm like, "Oh, cool." I was like, "Yo, like, what's going on? Like, y'all know something?" Everybody's like, "You didn't know? Like, you're on waivers right now." Next inning, Frank, come up to the clubhouse. We need to speak to you. So from the bullpen, I'm like, shh. He's like, "Frank, I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow." And then I go up and I'm speaking. The Red Sox, they were like, "Yo, we just traded you to Minnesota." So I go into the general managers with the Twins, and he goes, "Hey, we're gonna send you down to AAA, and we want you to be a starting pitcher." I'm like, "AAA for what? This team right now you have on the field is a AAA team. What can I do down there that I can't do up?" He was like, "I fucking love that. All right, you're starting in 2 days.
How'd you feel getting traded? Did it
I
hurt?
didn't care. I didn't
you
care.
didn't care?
People have like a dream.
So
like,
this is a business now.
It's a business, but
Okay,
people
okay.
care when they go to like their dream team. Like, oh, I grew up a Yankee fan. I got drafted by the Yankees. I made it up to the Yankees. I don't want to get traded. That's when there's feelings involved. I didn't care. It was a business. So I'm in the clubhouse in the locker room next to Kirby the next day.
Wow.
Starting against the Red Sox. Against the Red Sox in Minnesota.
Wow. And you were starting pitcher. This is your debut of pitching in the major leagues against
As a
Red
starter,
Sox.
yep, as a starter.
Wow.
Yep.
How'd you do?
How'd you do?
I think I went like 5 innings, gave up like 2 or 3 runs. It was a quality start. The runs I
okay.
gave up, they
And
were errors.
who's on Boston at that time? Who's the
Mo
first?
Vaughn. You had
Who's the first person that you had to face? Like you're
You
like,
had
oh,
Fisk?
shit.
Fisk was there?
no damn. Wow, this guy's making. I'm not that old, B.
Yo,
No,
Carlton Fisk?
Didn't Mo Vaughn play with him though?
No,
Yo,
no.
G, what's wrong? You're punchy, pop.
Yo,
you
Carlton
okay?
Fisk is old.
You had Remy?
You had no more
51.
Garcia Parra.
Remy?
You had Mo
no,
Vaughn.
that's
No.
in that era.
Who
It was Mike.
leader?
It was Mike Greenwell. It was
Garcia Parra.
not yet.
right.
Not yet. He was
See
kicking
what I'm
up the
talking
year
about?
after
You don't
that.
know nothing. Garcia Paris.
You're like, who's your catcher? Yogi Berra? Come on, what the fuck you talking about?
So yeah, so there was big monsters. Aaron Seeley, like a big
All right.
pitcher. So there was some monsters, man.
So who's the
Who
wait?
played third?
For the Red Sox,
Yeah, at that time.
Tim Naring.
Okay, I know
he's
who he
like a
is.
big executive.
Who
now
played
for the Red Sox.
shortstop?
Oh shit, Jose Valentin. Not Puerto Rico Valentin. There's another Valentin. He was from Seton
All right,
Hall,
so
whatever.
so now
You guys had a lousy team then.
so,
It was okay. There was some big name
Who was
guys.
your
there.
outfielders?
Damn. Mike Greenwell. We had
Mike Greenwell was good.
Tim O'Leary, center fielder. And
Boston always
there was
sucked,
another
though.
left fielder. I don't know.
But let me
Wasn't
just say,
Manny yet, though.
All right, so when you're first, then like damn, you're in the big leagues. Your first person you face, who was it?
Shit.
You can't forget about
Oh,
that.
this was when I was with the Red Sox, and I came in relief. It was Frank Thomas. Big hurt.
So the big hurt.
Big hurt, Frank Thomas. So here's the report. So back then, excuse me. So we had meetings before the first game of the series. You have a meeting. Like pitchers meet with the catchers. Like this is how we're gonna pitch this guy. We watch video.
This is way better than boxing.
You can't pitch him inside for 2 reasons. Number 1, he'll never swing at it, and number 2, the umpires will never call it. And we're like, I'm like the rookie. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? What do you mean they'll never call it? Oh, those big guys, they give autographs to the umpires, and the umpires take care of them, and they have a really zone for them. So we had to pitch him away and hope he gets himself out.
Wow.
But he was known for hitting like missiles up the middle. And I was just like, nah, I'm
Wow, it's
walking
like
him.
that?
Slide, walk, thanks. I walked through. I wasn't trying to...
Was he like really that big when you see like
A monster. Just think of like
How
one
many-
of
how
the
many-
big linebackers in football.
Wow. How
Like,
many years was he in the league when he had to be like rookie year, right? 2 years.
No.
maybe?
He was there for a while.
Oh,
He was
yeah?
there, I wanna
Before
say
you?
Maybe like 4 or 5 years.
Before you?
Yo, were you
before me,
nervous?
Yeah, of course.
All right,
But
so
then you know what I hear? Come on, pitcher, get him out. It's my mom. That was like her. That was her phrase. That was her phrase.
That's like
that
me and him.
Any stadium that she went to, I knew that was her. That was her. Like I was pitching it.
Wait. So your mom
That was me. I
goes,
said,
wait.
kid, catch the ball, please.
So your mom
please
was like,
catch it.
come on, Frankie. So when he's
No,
like,
pitcher. When she said, "Come on, pitcher," I knew that was my mom.
So my father would have said if I would have walked Frankie.
No.
Yo, you don't fucking strike. You can't fuck. That's
I
what
would
my
say,
father-
don't hit it to him. Don't hit him the ball.
Would tell my if I was pitching. He'd say I pitch. All right. So that was one of your memorable, like, wow, fucking
Yeah.
Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
Wow. So would you do that inning?
I walked him. I got out of the inning. I walked him, got a pop up, a strikeout, and then I think it was a ground ball to short.
All
I
right.
got
So
out.
your first major league start was with Boston.
Yeah.
All right. So now you go down to Minnesota. Now that Kirby Puckett playing center field.
Chuck
This is-
Knobloch.
Wow. Chuck.
Wow.
So now this is your first real
Trying
start.
to think of that twin team.
Right, the first real start, and this is Kirby Puckett's last year. Kirby Puckett's last year, 1995 that's the year that you first played for Minnesota, 1995.
Yeah, and that was our last home game of the season.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
So
Was
Kirby,
Rod Carew on your team?
Oh my God! I swear to God! I swear to God!
Yeah, I gotta, at least you know who he is.
Yeah.
You don't know we're running around.
Now we had Chuck Knobloch, we had Torrey Hunter, we had LaTroy Hawkins.
Hunter was good,
and,
too.
And
Torrey
Pat
Hunter was good.
Mahomes. Pat Mahomes. So yeah.
Not Pat Mahomes that plays
That's his
for
son.
the Chiefs.
That's his son.
Yeah. So fucking guy. So he's like, yo, was Joe DiMaggio on your team?
Kid, I taught you baseball, kid. I
Yeah,
taught
but
you
yeah,
baseball.
yeah.
So that Kirby Puckett, his last official at bat, I was the starter of that game.
That's what I'm
So
saying. So
this
see,
is-
I do my research on Frankie Rodriguez. I care
So
about
this
my
is
podcast.
This is where the Brooklyn kid / enforcer I became in the big leagues because of this moment. So Chuck Knobloch, he was a leadoff guy. He hung his arms over the plate. So like if he got hit, it wasn't a big deal. He got hit by a slider, no big deal. Took first, whatever. Puck comes up next, and Dennis Martinez was the pitcher. Good control guy. Lets a slider go. A slider. It wasn't like
Played for the
intentional.
Expos too. Dennis Martinez, right?
Right. It was a slider. He let it go. Hit Kirby Puckett in the eye. Wow. He never played again. Ended up like after he came through, the swelling went down. They found out he had cataracts, like severe cataracts. And from that injury, it triggered everything. Well, he just could not see in that eye anymore. So I come on, like he gets hit, and it's like a fucking 20-minute delay because Kirby Puckett, that's the god of Minnesota. The manager, Tom Kelly, he goes, Frank, pulls me into the tunnel. He goes, I'm going to take $5,000 out of your check. Meanwhile, my checks were like $7,000 because I was making rookie minimum. I'm going to take $5,000 out of your check if you don't hit the first guy. Who was the first guy? Albert Bell. Wow. Albert Bell. I had to hit him, bro. I had to hit him. So I'm warming up. I get the ball from third base after they throw now. I'm like, oh, shit, it's Albert Bell. First pitch, boom, right in the shoulder. He was pointing the bat at me like, I'm going to get you. Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer Eddie Murray, was on deck circle, was yelling at Albert Bell. Get the fuck down to the first base. Our pitcher hit two of their guys. What did you think was going to happen? You know, thank God, like, he took his advice and went to first because I would have fought him if I had to, but, you know, but Albert Bell, you know, that's a big dude. So that's how I became the enforcer.
He had a gun, too.
Wait.
I bet had a gun, man.
No,
Yeah.
You guys do everyone since y'all
Yeah.
fucking man.
He had an arm, boy.
So, wow, he played fucking This is way better than boxing.
It is.
Yo, you're such
Too
a
bad you didn't make it. I swear to
All right,
God.
so now from that incident, Kirby and stuff like that, then you get traded to Seattle.
So I'm in Minnesota I played a couple years, like 2.5 years with them.
How many starts? You remember how many games? Like 20 games, 15
Did you
games?
do a full season starting?
Yeah, I did a full season starting. Actually, the next year, after I got traded to Minnesota, the next year, like I won the most games like any Latino had won that in Minnesota. It was like I went 13 and 14. Out of the 14 games, I came out of like 12 of them with like a 3-run lead, like that I should have won. So imagine if I would have had like those 7, I would have won 20 games. That's crazy, right? How the world is.
Wow.
Like it wasn't destined for me to like win 20 games.
But
So then like they were like then the season after that, like I threw a lot of innings. I threw over 200 innings.
It was like Cole last year.
That what?
Like Cole.
Yeah.
Cole easy could have been a 20-game.
Yeah, you're right.
He left like.
and so go ahead.
So I threw a lot of innings. Then the following year in spring training, I didn't have a good spring training at all.
Oh no.
So I'm
Why
in the
not?
big league. So I had dead arm. Just had dead arm. I was still throwing hard, but I just didn't have really like that
where'd you
good
clock
control.
at?
My hardest pitch ever was like 99, but I stood
99?
Yeah, but I stood between
many-
92 and 97.
Who was coaching you as a pitching coach?
Dick Such. He was like, bro, he was a dinosaur.
Pause. What's the name?
He was Dick Such.
Do
Dick Such,
they
pause.
know what they're doing?
Such.
Do they know what
Pause.
they're doing, or you?
Some do, some don't. You come across some guys that are pretty good, and you come across some guys that you know why they're there is because the manager.
But you had a certain guy that showed you something that stuck with you.
Yeah, me.
Oh no,
You
but
know,
you didn't have
His
no
mom.
coach
His mom.
No. There's some coaches that are good, and then there's some coaches that are just there because they're just hanging around.
So next you know it. So you.
So I have a dead arm. Didn't have a good season. Halfway through the season, they sent me down to the minor leagues for one start. I had one start, then came back up, and they was just like, "Oh well, we're gonna probably put you in the bullpen for a while. You're gonna be like the mop up guy." I called my agent. I'm like, "Yo, get me out of here."
But they knew what it was. They knew you had a dead arm. They knew.
Yeah. So
and this was in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
And then you was like, yo, call your agent.
I called my
and
agent.
the fuck
Like,
out.
so I was in Salt Lake City, and I called my agent before I got sent back up. I'm like, yo, get me out of here. Yo, and like when I got back up to the big leagues, he called me. He was like, yo, they agreed to give you a release. Seattle wants you.
Wow.
how fast can you get there? I'm like, I looked online at the time. It was MapQuest. I printed it out. It was 6 hours. I had a fucking,
Wow,
I had a
they-
Lexus. Y'all had a Lexus GS with a modified engine. I made it from Utah to Seattle. It was supposed to be 8 hours. I made it in 5.5 hours, bro.
And how much you were getting paid? What was your salary when you?
It was bigly salary.
like what?
Oh, at the time, so it was prorated. So I think it was like 160 a year. Now it's like
160,000?
now it's like 4 or 500,000 a year now. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, so then I
Yeah,
went to
well, like,
Seattle,
listen-
made it to Seattle, and then went into the locker room. They're like, "Oh, what's up, Frank? Oh, you're the enforcer, right?" And then Griffey just grabbed me. He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stay close to me. Anybody that wants to fight, you gotta have my back because I heard you from Brooklyn." He said it playing around. I was like, "Bet." He goes, "No, I'm just playing around. I don't want to fight." He goes, I told him, I was like, "I know you don't want to fight. I always want to fight."
How many years was Griffey in the league at that time?
Man, you talking like maybe like 6, going on his 5th, 6th year.
Wow, Griffey, and that was.
Check out this roster: Ken Griffey Jr.,
Jay Buhner,
Edgar Martinez,
Martinez.
Jay
was a
Buhner,
beast.
Mike Cameron. Ready for this one? Ricky Henderson, bro, like that. Jamie Moyer.
How was Ricky as a
Ricky Henderson. Oh, Ricky is like exactly how he sounds.
He's like a Deion
Oh, you don't
Sanders,
play
right?
cards with Ricky. Ricky's gonna take your money. Ricky don't give money back either, though. So be careful. Don't play with Ricky.
Wow.
That's how he talk.
Wow.
But he was a monster with cards. Every card game, like he was a monster.
Moya threw jump.
and yo,
too. It
Yeah,
wasn't even a
but
hard
he threw
pitch.
shots.
Listen,
Yeah, he was
so
good.
he spoke that like third person.
Oh
at
my
the time.
God, absolutely. All
He was
the
like
time.
a Deion Sanders,
It was
right?
an actual thing for him. It was an actual thing. Like he knew that was part of him, how people perceived him, and he just rocked with it, and he made it his thing.
You had Pinella then, right?
Yeah, Pinella was my
best, man.
When we
Alright.
get into the Girardi story, I'll tell you how he spoke.
All right, so
Best boy.
so all those great teammates like Griffey, who's the one that was closest to you the most?
I'll say Griffey. Me and him got
Griffey.
really close.
And you had your own thing. I seen you did like a FaceTime with Griffey and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
Yo, so
that was
you
during
still-
COVID.
So you still cool with Griffey? Like you call him up and stuff like that?
Yeah,
What made you guys like be so close? What was the bond?
I just think it was just like, so it was one time in LA that they actually threw at him to like hit him. And he came into the dugout and was pissed. And I pulled him into the tunnel. I was like, yo, that shit ain't gonna go down like that. You know I got your back. And it was Mike Grizzalonic, shortstop. Montreal? It's still Montreal at that time.
Yeah,
Montreal at that time. And the first pitch, like the catcher threw it down, and I looked at him. I looked right at him, and he looked back. I was like, and I threw one right here. Just to not hit him, threw one right here. He looked at me, looked at the catcher, and I looked at him. I was like, and then I threw one right here. Just like brushed this whole top of his thing. And you know how tough people are, right? They want to talk, and then when somebody grabs them, now they want to try to go.
Yeah.
And that caused a whole thing, like a whole thing. Griffey came from center field, like wanted to fight everybody. I went around this whole fight. I grabbed him. I took him over here, and I pulled him into the tunnel. I was like, not you, bro. Not you. You're not going to fight. And then I went back out. I was like, I took the train. I was like, yo, stay on it. I went back out.
Do you guys have like I guess you can't be like Ken Griffey Jr.'s roommate or stuff like that, but every time
Nah.
you guys went and hung out.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff
we
like
hung out. We hung out all the time.
that. How was Jay Buhner? Was he like?
Jay Buhner is a redneck, like
Yeah.
gangster rapper. Like,
You serious?
He came from
was
the
like-
Yankees.
Yeah.
He was in the
Yes,
Yankees.
he was-
Nah, he's legit, like one of the. I'm sure you've met a lot of rich people in your life where some of them act like they're rich, and then some of them are just like the coolest people on earth.
Yeah,
Like he was one of those dudes. All of Ken Griffey, all of them they were those dudes.
Wow, I just
So from that, like he was an all-star, and he had like a little bad hamstring, so he wasn't gonna go to the all-star game. So he goes, yo, Frank, me, Jay, and Tom Lampkin, a backup catcher. Like, we're gonna go chill at my house, like in Florida. We're gonna take a flight. You wanna come? I'm like, hell yeah, I wanna come. Get to his house. He was like, here's the remotes. He goes, if you want to play pool, pool's over there. I'm like, yeah. What pool table? What the fuck you talking about? He goes, all right, check this out, Frank. Boom, it just comes up from the floor. And he goes, that pool table.
So
So we
now,
were like that ever
and
since.
now so you playing in Seattle, and now a young shortstop comes up, right? Alex Rodriguez. So you see this guy come up, you like, how was he humble? How was it when he first came up?
He came from Florida, right?
yeah,
he's a
from
Florida guy.
Yeah.
So
Westminster High School, I think, yeah.
So when he came up, right from high school, right from major leagues.
Yeah.
So he come up and you like, what's up? Like, cause you from Brooklyn. You're like, yo, what up? What's good?
Absolutely. That's the way I approached everybody.
No. So A-Rod came up and he goes, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Frank? You said, what up?
Did you know what you were getting when you got A-Rod? Like that, like you said, man, this kid's gonna be the shit. Or
you hear about him. You heard about it.
But you
and then you see him working, and then you're like, is that all like game? And then you go through the season, and it's like he's still doing it. I'm like, all right, damn, that's his work ethic.
Did he start the first year? He didn't start the first year.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah, he was there.
Right.
He was there.
Right. So came a rookie, boom, right there. Boom,
Right into it, man. Right into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you see it like all-star, like, wow, this kid's a beast.
Absolutely. You see talent. Like you know it in boxing. You see that talent. You see something, and it's just like, oh shit, but he has this, and he has this, and he's this. And it's like it's a can't miss. It's almost like a can't miss.
So
Frank,
now,
how was Lou Piniella?
Lou Piniella was the best, man. So he's like a little, like it's like a quarter Cuban to him, like not much, but he likes to, when he's around Latinos, he puts on a fake accent. He goes, you know, guys, like we gotta win this game, guys. Like, yeah.
Strict dude.
So you want a story about him? Like,
yes, go
so
ahead.
we're getting smoked. To be honest, we just got swept by the A's at the time. They were god awful. So the next series we're in Tampa and we lose the first game, and he comes up from the clubhouse. The starters, like the starting pitchers, stood in the clubhouse. We did the chart, like we watched the game, we wrote the game, the book, just so we could see it on TV. All right, these guys are not swinging at that. Boom. Side note. So there was a couple of us up there, but there was a couple of guys that got injured, and there was a couple of guys that he took out because we were already getting destroyed, and those guys were already up, showered, and eating the spread. And that's like a faux pas. Like, you don't do that shit. You don't eat before the guys come up. And he saw that you were eating, and he fucking goes over and he flips that. He made sure everybody got in first. He flips the food. There's chicken wings everywhere. Flips. We fucking playing terrible, and we got guys up here injured, and guys that don't want to play, and guys that, like, I don't even know why the fuck this guy's on the team. Like, he'll say shit like that. And then, like, and we got him eating before our guys are here. Like, that's how we are right now. So, fucking let's start winning. He takes a chicken wing off the plate. He goes, let's start winning. He throws the wing like that.
I heard,
that was him.
I heard Pernell was like
love him
so
or
hard.
hate him.
Yeah, I heard
love
he
him or hate him.
Smart baseball man.
Absolutely.
You know, he wanted the job of when they gave it to Boone. You know, he waited out that whole season. He was doing a commentary, and he wanted the Yankee job, and they gave it to Boone, man. And I wanted Piniella
All right, so
bad.
so now speaking about Lou Piniella,
I love that
fucking
guy.
diehard Yankee fan. Tell us the Girardi story that you beat the brace off of.
I threw some Hail-Makers. Some of them connected, some of them
You
did
did
it.
it with your elbow.
Yeah, Brooklyn style.
MMA, yeah.
Two boxing guys analyzing a guy that's fighting a street fight. All right, bet. So we were getting blown out. Obviously, we were in Seattle, and the Yankees just blowing us out. Our starting pitcher didn't even get out the first inning. So I come in.
So you playing against the Yankees? You had Jeter.
Yeah.
You had who's
Bernie Williams.
All
of that
Tino.
whole World Series. Yeah, Tino. Tino.
Yo,
all
well,
of
let me
those.
just tell you something. Tino, one of the nicest guys. I met him. Yo, what a fucking gem. Listen, Jorge Posada, he's a jerk off. I tell you about Jose Posada, but go ahead. To finish the story.
So we're getting blown out. Like, it's the first inning. They're up like 11-0. And I came in and threw 5 scoreless innings. So my steamer, my pitching coach goes up. He goes, yo, you're done. He goes, yo, you're done. Go upstairs and put ice on. So I go upstairs, put ice on, take my uniform up, put it in the bin, have ice on my elbow and my shoulder for like 10 minutes. And then I see, like, we get a couple of guys on. A-Rod hits a 3-run homer. Mike Grimsley. Remember Mike Grimsley?
Yeah.
Idiot. He was like one of the head guys of the whole steroid era. He was on it. And he just hits Edgar Martinez right in his elbow, done for the season. And Lou Piniella runs upstairs. He goes, Frank, you got to go out there and you got to hit somebody because I have Jose Mesa and I'm not going to waste him. Just like that, fake accent. I'm like, yo, Lou, I had ice on for 10 minutes. My uniform's in the bin already. He goes, I don't care. So I was like, oh, shit. Went out there, I'm warming up. My shit is like Jello. I'm like, psh, psh. So I get the first guy out and then I hit my boy, Knobloch. I hit him in the ass, no big deal. He goes to first.
But you knew Knob. You knew Chucky.
Yeah, I knew him. That's my teammate. Yeah. Good dude. Great dude.
So you was like, I'm gonna hit you right in the butt. Pause.
I hit him in the butt.
He knew?
He knew. He just dropped his bat, went down there. Little did I know, like later on I will find out that he wasn't talking to me, but it was Clemens. It was Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens is a fucking...
I never liked him. Even when I was with the Red Sox, like he's supposed to take care of the rookies. Like he was the opposite. He
Yeah,
didn't want to talk to
Yes, he did.
Derek Jeter said it too. Like he would go to Alton, would not say nothing to no one because
Nah.
he had to face you. So go ahead.
So he's talking to the umpire first, but I think he's talking to me because he's in my direction. Because the night before he pitched and he threw inside and they gave him a lot of warnings, that first base coach gave him a lot of warnings. And I'm like, shut up, pussy, come out here. You seen the video. I'm cursing and I was like, come out here. And then I get towards like home plate. And I was like to Girardi, he was like, get off the field. I'm like, fuck you too. And then he was like, fuck you. And then I went over there and I put it on him.
Say it again. So, wait. So you were pitching.
Yeah.
All right, you were pitching and you hit Chuck.
I hit Chuck.
Chuck hit first base.
Chuck hit
and now,
first base.
And now you're
I'm arguing with
Girardi?
Roger
well,
Clemens
outside,
as
right.
I'm walking like off the field.
Oh, okay.
So I'm walking from the mound. Lupinelli came the ball. He's like, good job. Did what you're supposed to do. I'm walking off the field, and then I hear them chirping, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Fuck you, all this shit. And then we went back and forth, and I was like, come out here. And they didn't want to come out, of course. And then, like, I got to home plate. And Girardi was just like, yo, get off the field. Get off. Like, nobody will get. And then that was it. Me and him, we got into a fight. Check this out. And then my boy Jay Buna pulls me. He goes, all right, man, you did your job. And he pulls me to the dugout. And then I see like a crowd forming. Remember Shane Spencer?
Yes, he was a big boy.
He was a big country dude.
Yeah.
So he's throwing people left and right. And Jim Layricks breaks through the crowd. And he goes to bear hug me. And I dotted him like a short one right there. And I grabbed his head on my knee. It was like some WWE shit. And then I threw him. He did the interview like this the next day.
With Jay Laritz.
Yeah, Layricks.
Jimmy Laritz.
Yeah.
After that big fight,
Yeah.
don't you think you have a little bit like anger problems?
No. So I settled it. So next year in spring training, Girardi was like, he got traded to the Cubs. That was his hometown. And this was like, Girardi was like steroided up. I mean, like short sleeve veins popping out of your forearms. Like, bodybuilders have that. Like, and he comes into and I'm sitting, I'm about to start the game in spring training, and he comes in to warm up the pitcher that's down there. And he comes in, I see him, I was like, what's up? He goes, nah, man, I just wanted to say it's part of the game. Like, no hard feelings, man. Let's move forward. I'm like, all right, cool. And that's what it was. Fast forward years later, I'm working at a facility. It's called Pro Swing. It's in Portchester. And his son is there. And his son is a monster.
You beat up his son.
His son is a monster. No, so I'm one of the trainers there. His son is a monster in baseball and football.
Wow.
I don't know where he's at right now. He's in some
Steroids?
college.
All right, go ahead.
No, he's good. He's good. And he was just being a pain in the ass. I'm like, yo, like, stop being a pain in the ass. He goes, what do you know? I was like, I know I beat up your father. And he goes, what do you mean? I was like, ask him. And the next day he comes up to me, he goes, come on. And then Girardi goes, I was like, take care of your son.
Show the video.
Take care of your son.
So go back, right?
one.
So we go back. I told you my fucking Jorge Posada story.
Oh, God,
Wait,
please
this
do.
is horrible. So, me and my father go to London. My father trained Marcus Brown for the Olympics. There's not too many Brooklyn guys that make it to the Olympics. So we had Saddam Ali. He made it to the Olympics. And now we have Marcus Brown, Staten Island. My father would like raise him like he was his own son from the projects, whatever. So next thing you know it, got to go out there to support Marcus. All right, we go to London. All right, let's go. So we go to London, right? So next thing you know, my father hated Jorge Posada. Yo, this motherfucker can't throw out his mother. Yo, kid, throw that little bitch. Yo, he sucks. Mind you.
That's not true.
Yes, he did.
I liked Posada.
No, he hated Posada. Don't be.
No, I hated him after that. We were shopping.
No. Yo, he can't throw out his mother every freaking game.
This guy makes up some stories. Yo, you punchy.
I was working Chelsea. And then my Jorge Posada's last game at Yankee Stadium, stuff like that, I spent money. It wasn't like no Derek G money, but I went by myself. Right?
Yeah.
So next thing you know it, we went to the Harrods. His wife, Liz, went to the Harrods, right? So we don't want to go there. So we just sitting down, stuff like this. So then he goes, oh shit, it was your boy. I said, who? He goes, it was your boy.
No, you noticed him. I didn't notice him.
See, that's not punching.
I didn't notice him. He noticed him. Yo,
No, I
Jorge,
swear.
hooray.
No.
Jorge,
That was
hooray.
the second time. So listen, I tell you, you go, your boy. I was like, oh shit.
Kid, you're punchy, man.
I said, yo, Jorge, what's up, man? Can I take a picture with you? He goes, I'm busy. He just walked past and the motherfucker goes, oh shit. He said, see what he said, yo.
He didn't say nothing.
Yeah,
He just
yes, he
said,
did.
he just wait. He just said no and kept running. He went
Oh
like
my
quick.
God, this guy,
That's
he
exactly
don't
what-
believe. He goes, yo,
Yo.
I'm busy. He goes, I'm busy. And he walks away. He goes, oh shit, yo, it's your boy, it's your boy. So next you know, I guess he made the wrong way. He went the wrong way and he had to come back.
Yeah.
So he come back. I was like, yo, picture. I had a Yankee hat on in London. No one knew who he was.
Yeah, they didn't know.
No one knew. You only know soccer. They don't know business.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, hip hop, hey, yo. He goes, I just told you I'm busy.
He was with a lady friend.
And my father goes, oh shit,
He was with
you again.
He was with.
I'm like, yo, I told you, you like that motherfucker. I
Yo,
told
Frank,
you
he was
so.
with a lady friend. Maybe he didn't want to be So and then you see a little squirt like this guy, loudmouth guy. He just like, yo, I ain't talking.
Nobody
to this
in London had a Yankee. I'm like, yo, from hip hop. He goes, yo, I told you I'm busy.
Yo, he was. Yo, you
And
know
next
he's
you know
making
it-
a scene. You're making a Jorge, hooray! This guy's
And next
looking
you
at
know
him
it,
like,
next you know it,
yo,
I-
Jorge. Instead of him just going politely like Jorge, yo.
And
I'm
next
from
you-
here. No, Jorge, hooray!
Stop touching me,
hooray.
Pops. Yo, I got a nice suit on. So next thing you know it, I meet Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon was. I said, and I just told Johnny. They goes, yo, Jorge could be like that. Jorge is not very friendly. Jorge. And Johnny Damon had to be one of the nicest guys.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Just recently, I went to the Carnegie Club, a nice fucking cigar, nice suit, and Tino was there. What a night, one of the nicest
What a
guys.
gentleman, right?
What a fucking gentleman. That guy. So next thing you know it, I told my Jorge Posada, he goes, Jorge can be like sort of like that, I'm like, yo, you're not like Jorge Posada. He goes, yeah, I'm not. Like, but that just shows you some guys are just jerk offs. Jorge Posada's a jerk off. All right, so go ahead. So if there's any jerk offs that you met along the way?
Yo, I gotta be honest. Like, there was a lot out there, but they never treated me like that.
Cause you're from Brooklyn.
I
And you
don't
do
know.
your eyebrows.
I don't know. Hell yeah, I do my eyebrows.
See,
I have
see,
to. I would have
listen.
two caterpillars.
Listen
if I
to
did.
What
this
are you,
guy,
Puerto
man.
Rican?
Puerto Rican, 100%.
Why do Puerto Ricans always have to do the top of the eyebrows and the inside eyebrows? You
Yeah.
don't do the inside of the eyebrows, Pop.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
You
My
supposed
man, you're
to.
Puerto Rican, so you better.
I'm on,
you better
yo, come on, don't tell
you
people.
better
I'm
start.
that.
You better
I
start.
don't like
you
telling
better
people
start-
I'm not really Puerto
You better
Rican.
start doing your eyebrows.
So
yo.
I
they
like,
do the inside,
but
you tell.
you
From
see,
Bushwick.
you see, there's a lot of guys out there
They
like,
do eyebrows.
No, that
right.
can't. That should do their eyebrows.
No, you know why he don't do his eyebrow? Because he has cuts all over from boxing. That's why you got to
there
keep
you go.
him.
You gotta fill
You
him
got to
in.
keep
Yeah,
them
look at
fuzzy.
the sharp-
You know what?
They start looking like a baseball.
You know what my face looks like? My face looks like an old catcher's man. It looks like,
Catcher's man,
like Jorge Posada's catcher's man. That's what
fuck.
So yeah, my father used to be really good, real good in softball too. You know how I know? Because he used to
better
tell
than
us.
you, kid.
He used to tell you?
Yeah, he tell me all the time.
No, I was
kid,
better than him. Even the guys
kid,
on the team, like, yo, what-
kid, yo, I remember, I hit,
I hit ahead of him. I hit, no.
Yo, you used to call
I was up in the lineup. This guy, horrible.
Yo,
horrible
you
softball
used to bring me
player.
to Randa's eye. I got this friend right here, Willie, over here.
Well, you are
Yo, he
horrible.
goes, yo, man, the sun was in my eyes, kid. Yo, sometimes, I think I need glasses sometimes, but cause the ball, fucking out Curry, man. Yo, couldn't tell me just get out the way. Yo, I was running, I bumped into him. Yo, Curry couldn't call me off, man. Yo, fucking Willie, man. Willie throwing fucking BBs to me at second base. Yo, it popped right out my glove. You know why? Yo, kid, I think it's wrong with me. I keep on using your baseball glove, man. Your baseball is so play so. So he has a lot of a lot of stuff. So fast forward.
Frank, did you ever want to play for the Yankees?
I didn't care.
Oh, you didn't care when you
Nah,
played?
He's
I
a,
didn't care, no.
why you
I
anti-Yankee hater? Why you a Yankee
I'm
hater?
not a Yankee hater. I'm just not a Yankee liker.
So now
You like the Mets?
Yeah, I kind of grew up with the Mets.
Oh,
So
yeah.
funny story about the Mets. So when I was with the Red Sox, you know who I got traded for? Rick Aguilera. Remember Rick Aguilera?
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So he
Pitcher.
was with the Twins at the time. He was probably like their best pitcher. He's having a good year. So the Red Sox wanted him because they were making a playoff push, and they wanted him to close out games. To close out games.
Pause.
He ended up getting injured. Like next year he comes back, and he comes back to the Twins. Signs a hometown deal to play with them. And then we were in Yankee Stadium, and I had my mom bring back the
playing Yankee
86
Stadium.
baseball that was signed by all of them, the souvenir one.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, you remember this? He goes, yeah, I remember that. That was a great year. I was like, yeah, I was only 15. I was only 15 when that happened, bro, and I'm here playing with you. He goes, wow, you just made me feel old. I'm retiring.
well, with all the stadiums you played, what was your favorite stadium? Like you had wow. Because that's my
Detroit,
bump.
the old
Yeah?
Detroit Stadium.
Wow.
because of the nostalgia. You think about like the history of that
Cecil,
stadium. Cecil
right?
took me deep. 440 on the second level, dead center. Wow. I never heard my ears still hurt from that boy.
You heard Al Kaline?
Yeah.
Willie Horton?
Yep. Thompson, all those guys.
Jim Northrup? Mickey Lolich?
Luis Polonia put me on the roof in right
remember
field.
Luis?
Yeah,
Remember Luis?
Little Louis.
Luis,
Yo,
he's
Luis-
a disaster. He's a disaster, that guy.
Louis was good.
Yo, he rocked you. He went yard on you.
Yo, he never let me forget it either, though. Every time, I got you.
Yo,
Rookie, I got you.
Yeah, so you speak to Ken Griffey. Any other guys that you? they call
Once
you?
in a while, I'll DM like LaTroy or Pat Mahomes. We like DM once in a while. But
You don't
like,
tell Pat Mahomes like, yo, give me some tickets to go see you.
No, but I tell the story to his son because like we shared a house in spring training, and his son was like him and my son like they were like colic. Like I used to just want to just like bang their heads and just throw them because they were crying all the time. So I already had my routine with my son, and I put my son to sleep, and him and his wife were going crazy. I was like, yo, give me that. Put him to sleep. He's like, yo, you got to do that all the time. I was like, I'll do it for low fee. Like, I'm like, so I told that story to all my friends. I'm like, yo, I used to have to put this kid to sleep because he was
You breastfeed him too?
No, I did not breastfeed him. I was not
Because I know you were kind of leaky on. All right, yo, some shit to know.
So yeah, so that's a cool little story about it. You the worst, bro.
See, because I went to that was my bucket list to go in a lot of stadiums. I went.
Oh yeah.
I went to Boston was a great.
You know now if you try to do that, they'll give you like a little keychain and a token. Like I visited this stadium.
Oh,
if you go up to them, you tell them
Wrigley-
like this
Wrigley
is
was nice.
my goal. I want to do that. They'll call ahead to the next stadium. They'll give you preferred seating if it's not a like a how do I say it? Like if it's like a primetime game, they won't give it to you.
Well, so you went to you visit every stadium then? No.
Almost.
Wrigley was nice.
Wrigley was wonderful. I won a lot of money in Wrigley.
Camden Yards.
like
Camden
BP.
Yards. Camden Yards.
Camden Yards was beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful. They made a lot of changes to it
Fenway's
now.
horrible.
It is.
Yeah,
it's so
it is.
horrible to watch.
But it's
a game.
just,
No,
it's
that-
just
the
some
poster in
poles.
front of your face.
Everything in Boston sucks.
Yeah, I don't
So,
like
but-
Fenway Park.
I wonder if they're ever gonna make the decision to like just like, all right,
Yeah,
man,
rebuild it. Or,
it's
So-
done. Nostalgia's done.
So fast forward in your last game, you knew it was over.
I mean, yeah, I did, and it was
What was
only
your
be-
last game? What was it?
It was we were in. It was with Cincinnati, right? It was with Cincinnati, and we were at Atlanta, the old Atlanta Stadium.
Griffey wasn't in Cincinnati.
No, he wasn't in Cincinnati at the time. No, and I just threw 2 innings, scoreless innings, mind you, and Brett Boone's father at the time, fucking, he's dumb. He's dumb, like baseball dumb. He only just really because he played a little bit, but like, and his name, but he was just dumb. He calls me to the office. He goes, "We got to bring up a hitter, so I got to send you down." I was like my ERA, I'm doing pretty good right now. Like I could help the team. What are we doing? And the GM is there. He goes, "It's just a business move." I'm like, "All right, no problem." And right then and there, I was like, I went down to the minor leagues, and I had the best season I ever had. Like halfway through, I went down.
how old were you?
Ooh, 2001. Shit, man. I don't want to do the math.
No,
I was that old.
30s?
Yeah, I would say like 32, 33.
Wow, so,
Oh, no, that's
Yeah.
young 30. That's prime
Yeah.
age.
So fast forward to the next year. So I tried to go to Mexico. At the time, Mexico was like a graveyard for like players. Like, oh, this is your last chance. Like you come in here, you make some tax-free money, and then you're done. So I wanted to go there to then try to go to Japan. And I get there and I'm balling like really good with the Diablos Rojos, which is like the Yankee equivalent popular team over there.
Yeah.
And the
So
owner
did
comes
you
down.
just play all Mexicans?
No, it's a Mexican league, but there's a lot of like, it was like the equivalent of
Oh, all right,
independent baseball.
All right.
But it's
Right.
mostly Mexican players.
There's some.
Yeah.
There's some that played in the big leagues that just come back and play. And
I
then there's some-
drafted the first ever lazy Mexican. So go ahead.
Oh my god. So I'm playing, and then he goes, "Yo, I got to trade you because you're one of our better players. I got to trade you for 3 hitters. We were lacking offense." And I'm like, "Where?" He goes, "Cancun." I'm like, "Nah, I'm not going to Cancun. If I go there, I'm gonna party. I'm gonna
Cabo
party." I
Wabo.
was single at the time. Like I had to go to Japan. I was just like, "That's it." Hung him up. That was it.
And now,
You
and now,
serious?
and now,
Yeah, man.
and now
Just
you're
had to.
the
You
so-
love baseball, though.
Yeah, he does.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
he
So-
loves
Listen, when I retired, it took me 2 years to watch a game on TV. For 2 years, I didn't watch. I played softball. Like people would talk about shit. I was just like, all right, cool, whatever. I never watched a game for 2 years. 2 years.
Where'd you play softball at?
Red Hook leagues. He used to be in
McCarran,
McCarran,
Red
Red Hook, right?
Brad Hook for a
And
little
Yo, Red Hook
bit.
had like
Uptown.
4 teams. So good.
They're
man.
all on steroids.
The
They're all-
49ers?
They're all steroids. They're all like
The younger leagues like
Yeah.
that I played in, the
So-
pots were like
so
15
wait,
grand.
You heard
bro.
of the 49ers? They were?
20? I played with the 29ers. Yeah, I played
Yeah,
with
see,
them.
Oh, you
Looks-
play with them?
Yeah, I played with
There
the older guys.
There was a white guy, like a young white guy, lefty pitcher, so good, man.
Lefty, I know.
That kid
Yo,
threw
righty.
darts.
You didn't
man.
play.
I know.
You didn't play for the 49ers. No,
Yeah,
no, the
relax,
49ers.
relax, kid,
So
relax,
now,
kid.
fast forward. Come on. So now you're the associate coach of Mercy College now.
Mercy
right?
University. It was Mercy College. This year we just turned into a university.
All right. And now you're working with. How's your team now?
Team is good. Offensively, we're really good. We should be top of the conference in the ECC conference.
And that's Division what?
Division 2.
All right.
It's Division 2. So we just got to keep our ERA down, and then we'll be able to like
And
make
now,
it.
so you're doing that, and now you were telling me that you have a book that you writing. You pre-writing right now. What is it?
Yeah, just the beginning stages, man.
Of all the
Like,
funny stories and stuff.
all the
like
funny stories,
How'd
all
you-
the stories. Like this is a good story too. Like this is a big section in the book that I want to make. Like
Pause.
how the dedication you have to have has to be there. And this is one of my like come to Jesus moments too. Like where I knew like, damn, I love this. So you know Mel Zitter, right? But I'll be honest, this was the only time Mel Zitter and I had ever like had a confrontation. So we're getting off at Fort Hamilton. But the train didn't get off there. That's where we get off to go to parade grounds. We had to go over a stop because there was a construction and take the train back. And we waiting and waiting, the train's not coming. We were like, yo, fuck this. Me, Freddie Smith. We like, yo, we running this tunnel. We ran the tunnel. Like halfway through the train came, we were like this. Train's running right behind us. And we just like this. We came out of there, our faces were black. We're running to the field, mind you. Running to the field. 4 of us. The 3 guys made it on time. And I dropped my bag and like a lot of shit opened. I was like, fuck. I grabbed it and I got there 1 minute late. 1 minute late
made you run up and down, right?
for a double header.
Yeah.
A double header.
I had that happen to me.
Mind you, I was supposed to be the pitcher for the second game in which there was like 45 scouts there already set up. When they found out I wasn't pitching, they all bounced. And I was like, I could have been like my one opportunity that I have. Like, 'cause some people don't get to pitch in front of a lot of scouts. These days, it's more like video. Then a scout guy comes down. But I was just like, I could have blew my only opportunity. Thank God, bro. I could only, since then, I could count in my hand how many times I've been late for anything. I told you I was 5 minutes out. I was already there for like 45 minutes, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
I was there for 45 minutes.
So that's the same thing with this for this guy. It's like the worst thing you could do is be ever late to anything.
Yeah.
So you see my Instagram and stuff like that. I wake up at 3:30, 3 o'clock every morning. I get to my job, working out before be there like 5 o'clock for my 6 o'clock client. I feel like I'm late if I get there at 5:45.
Yeah.
I'm not ready.
Anxiety, bro. There's like
Yeah.
so much shit you got to set up.
This guy instilled that in me too. You know what I'm saying? It's like never be late, and that's the worst thing you
That
can
was
do.
a correctional. You can't be late.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to be
Yeah,
on roll call
yeah,
at that time,
yeah.
or
You put other people's lives in danger when you late at that job. So
Damn, I'm getting
someone has to stay for
PTSD,
you.
man.
Someone has to stay for you. That's what it is.
Yo, kid, yo.
Yeah, relax.
Yo, all right.
Relax.
Yeah, sorry, some
Relax.
projecting again. So,
Yeah,
but and just going like, thank you so much for your time and
yeah, brother.
yo,
anytime.
this is great. This is great. Just hear those old stories and stuff like that. This is my like shining moment. You know what I'm saying?
good.
He's
It was
like
really
my
good.
Derek Jeter because I remember
good.
when you and Frankie and Manny used to hit in the parade grounds. I remember Manny just hitting pop shots.
Yeah, man.
Yo, like you I know he's kind of out there. Like he's like
Yeah.
7:30.
Yeah.
Have you spoken? to
Haven't
him?
spoken to him in years. But there was 3 guys. It was him, Nestor Cruz, and Trovin Valdez. Those were his boys from Washington Heights. They lived on the same block. Took the train together, went home together, all that stuff. So the younger friend, Nestor Cruz, had a son. I actually coached him like 2 years ago. He's gonna be pretty good. Short. But he's gonna be pretty good. Like, he'll play college baseball. So like that's my still like connection to them. But I haven't spoken to them in a while though.
Yeah,
that Cruz
I see man right now. He's like kind of like
He's out there. He's religious. That's what that's what he wants to do.
Yo, I want to ask you a question. The steroid stuff.
Yeah.
You seen it?
Yeah, firsthand. Like, do you want it? Like, it was almost comical to the point where it was like the guy opening his jacket with like watches. Like, that's how it was like, what you need.
At that
what you
time,
want to do.
But at that time, they didn't know about it, or
No,
it
they
wasn't
didn't.
illegal yet. It
No, they
wasn't.
didn't. It was illegal, but they didn't test for it. So it was kind of like the obvious guys, the Maguires, the Cansecos. Those guys took it. They knew. But
Canseco snitched on everybody too.
But you know why though, right? You know the whole story why?
No.
Because he was like, I want to say less than 50. I don't know. We got to do the research. Less than 50 homers away from hitting 500, which is a sure in to the Hall of Fame. Right. That number. He was like, guys, I know I'm an asshole. Him, Canseco, I know I'm an asshole. I won't be a detriment to the team. Let me just get my homers and I'll ride away and I'll ride off into the sunset. And the owners were like, no, you blackballed. Fuck you. He was like, sure, you want to do that? Like, I got this story to tell. And they called his bluff. Wow. And he sure did. Wow. He sure did. And he was just like, he blew everybody up.
He shouldn't have did that.
And I would say out of the 750 people on a roster, I want to say 740 were taking him.
And you got to think about it. So in boxing, right? You have a lot of time to train to get that steroids out of your system, right? You can tell the difference between, I'm not going to say he used it, but Floyd, you can tell like the greats said they don't use it. But when Pacquiao was being Margarito and Cotto, see how big his head is.
He was on something.
It's huge.
Yeah. Same
And then Floyd goes, yo, take it, That's why Floyd's the man. Of course, when Floyd fought Mayweather, when Floyd fought Pacquiao, like LeBron, like these guys don't need to take steroids. You just got it. You got the God's gifts.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Did. And now, you got Frankie. That's it. I could live. I could die. Thank you guys for hearing Frankie Rodriguez's story and all his great baseball banter with the Pops, with the Heat. And our good friend, Frankie Rodriguez. Thank you, Frank, for coming out. Star Connection.
Of course.
What a great episode. And, G, good job. Thank you guys for coming out, staying tuned, and Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. Star Connection. Boom.